Hey, thanks, Nick. We go from college basketball, one Nick to another. We have our ASU beat writer, Nick Batters, here in studio. And Nick, big series coming up, UCLA coming into town. Let's chat about that in just a moment. First, last year, ASU was deemed the comeback devils for how many walk-off, game-winning hits they had. This year, they're starting to build a similar trend. This Tuesday, UNLV in town, Barry Bonds night, and it was Tyler Williams channeling some inner Barry Bonds, hitting a game-winning home run. This is becoming a trend once again. How is this team doing it? What do you attribute it to?
Well, you mentioned Tyler Williams. He wears number 25 for ASU. That's the same number that Barry Bonds wore in his great career with the Giants. And like, again, you said, ASU, they've continued right where they left off this year with being a very strong team in the late innings. Already 2 walk-offs this year. And this is a team that's been instilled by Tracy Smith, their head coach, a manner of being tough in those late innings, and something really just clicks for them. They are the comeback kids. They're 9-5 when their opponent scores first. They're only 2-7 when they score first. They have more home runs and runs per game when their opponent scores first. So it's almost as if they want their opponent to score first. This is a team, they've had a very shaky start to the season, and we're almost halfway through the season. But like you were saying, this is a team that is very good coming from behind. Something clicks in them. There's a fire in their belly. They want to win, and it's putting them in a good position going forward.
You look at those numbers. Those are not normal baseball numbers. If you look at common trends, it's also not characteristic of a young team like ASU is to come back in late innings. Who is stepping up as some veterans in the leadership core, and who's kind of rallying the guys in the dugout?
Well, last year, one of the veteran leaders was catcher Brian Servin. He has since departed for the draft, and that left a void on this team. This is a young team. They only have 3 senior players, and one of those senior players that stepped up recently is also a catcher, and that's Zach Serbo. He played in 25 games last year in a backup role, and this year he has quickly assumed the starting role. He's only played in 15 games, but he already has more hits, and runs batted in than he did last year. A very good trend. In that Long Beach State series that closed out non-conference play, he had 2 hits in the first game, he had a home run in that second game, and he is nabbed the starting catcher role cinch, which is especially impressive considering that they have 3 freshman catchers on the team, 2 of those being very good young freshman catchers in Sam Ferry and Lyle Lynn.
Wow, so Tracy Smith has to be impressed with his senior catcher. As we mentioned, top of the segment, UCLA in town. The eyes are on college basketball, but when it comes to college baseball, got to keep playing. So out at Phoenix Muni this weekend, UCLA has had a long history with the Sun Devils. How do you see this series transpiring, and who are you looking at in this series to come up big for the Sun Devils?
So this is going to be a fun series because UCLA is a team that's coming off a 5-game winning streak, or I should say coming into the series on a 5-game winning streak. And in the middle of that 5-game winning streak was a 3-game series with Cal, which they swept. And in that game, or in the 3rd game rather, UCLA beat Cal 20-0. Now ASU, they had that midweek game on Tuesday. They're coming off a 3-game series against USC, but this is a team that has the potential to have timely bats. They have good pitching. Their Friday night starter going tonight, Eli Lingos, he has produced quality starts in every single one of his contests. So for ASU, it's going to be up to the bats and to provide run support for their starting pitching. You have guys like Chaz Montoya, who has now assumed the Saturday starter role. A lot of strong pitching. The bats need to be there to step up. And the defense. This is a team, if they stop and think about the plays that they're making, they can have some of the strongest defense in the Pac-12.
All right. Historical series between the Bruins and the Sun Devils getting going tonight at Phoenix Muni, 6:30 p.m. first pitch. As Nick mentioned, Eli Lingos takes the ball for the Sun Devils. Thanks so much, Nick.
Thank you.